I just turned the camera right back on from where I turned it off. I think that the road I just crossed there is where I took that picture where I found the phone when I was with George. Yeah, I think it's down there to the right. They're kind of campsite areas. And the trails down there run along the water. And as we know, along the water, the trails are going to be flat, right? Because it's not going to be, at least around here. At least around here, the trails are flat. I guess if they were on hills, you know, there'd be rapids, there'd be, you know, the water would be flowing quickly. I experimented with the camera on my chin of the helmet, with the chin guard, and on top of the helmet. And where I use it, it records the nicest. You know, I have a chest strap. That's the nicest way. The perspective you get in the video is the nicest. Instead of looking down on the trail, when it's on my chest, you're looking straight across it, like I am. Well, you're looking a little bit lower across it than I am, because the camera is mounted on my chest. I gotta get back in the rhythm of managing the rocks on this bike. So different. You get a couple little rock gardens like that, not many in here. Somebody's home is down there. I always wonder, is there another place you can start and you'll come out like over here? And there's homes down there. I even saw an old timer road riding, and I asked him, and he said he used to ride and race in here when he was a kid, and that there was no way. Hello. Hello there. How close that deer is. Hello there. Just going for a bicycle ride. I'm just going for a bicycle ride. Yeah, I'm just going for a bicycle ride today. I'm just going for a bicycle ride. Yeah. I don't know if they allow hunting out here or not. And the deers are that friendly. They generally don't. And the deer are that friendly. So I got 3 batteries. I just, you know, have to edit these into a couple of videos, a few maybe just 20 minutes long. Since it's all in 4K, real high, the files are really large. It takes forever to get them up to YouTube. That's forever. My red trail coming up the hill at Ramapo, I've been trying to get up for 2 days, and it was up there, and something happened, and it's not now. So I just started to download it again. I don't know what happened to that one. And I know we have that massive long climb coming up. That just keeps going. And this gear doesn't have as low of a gear in the back. In other words, it doesn't pedal as easy as my other bike, you know, with all the shocks, the full suspension. But this is lighter. So it's the rocks in here They kind of get you. You got to keep your traction. Definitely a lot of leaning over the handlebars today. Look at that hill up there. Can you see it? I wish I had days when I just didn't always feel awful on the bike. Like you feel good going into a climb. With Ed that day, I felt like that, I think. And so that was a little prelude to what's coming. Taking a little rest in here, shaking the hands out. Okay, so this is the start of the climb right here. And it's the loose rocks, I think that's what it is. I'm just going to take my time. Climbing, sweat dripping off my eyebrows. Kushatunk. Kashatunk. I like the kasha. So that didn't have, it was a constant steep. It didn't have the grade in spots where it had me at 110%. But it just had it hard enough where it was hard the whole way. Now coming back, the one up here we're going to go down, that has a couple spots like that. Not to be a broken record, but When the motivation is there, I just go for it. Had no idea I was doing this route this morning. This is the kind of route that you prepare for. Well, I went to the gym yesterday, so I didn't ride. I felt awful the day before, you know, so that kind of takes your confidence away. But I'm not like the normal person. What makes me tick, I don't know. I just go with it. So there was a guy who made a couple nice points of interest that I didn't know about at Way Under. And I looked at his ride log and he did something out here. That's what prompted me to do this morning. He went out and then he came back on the road, but still in all. Kashatunk. When I play these videos back myself, I sound so happy. I sound so happy. Laughing. That's good. And I'm not talking to myself like I used to say. I'm talking to whomever is watching. Whoever is watching. That was all up. So now we get a little bit of down here. I think this is where my tires are definitely too hard for in here. I've ridden this in a while. I feel like 13 pounds of pressure. Have a little rock garden section in here. Just gotta get through it. Yeah, the front end comes up so quickly when I do that wheelie movement I talk about. And the front wheel's getting stuck. This bike is so light. So that last real long climb back there before it got gradual, that wasn't too bad. It wasn't at my limit. Almost, but very challenging. That's how you like the climbs to be. Horses, see the horse manure. There was a guy in the parking lot who was finishing up. I said, how was it? He said, rough. And that's all I said was, that's what it is here, you know. It's how we expect it here. He was in the car quickly. When I decided to take this bike, I had taken these pedals off because my pedals on the, the mountain bike, they felt like they were, my shoes were loose in the cleats. So I swapped them. When I wanted to ride this, I had to swap everything back this morning. That was a little bit of work, but my back was feeling decent, you know, when I got out of bed, you know, doing stuff like that, leaning over, doing pedals, you know, starts to make it feel bad. Not too bad, but my back felt decent. And I woke up this morning. I slept okay. I know I was awake, you know, 3 times going to the bathroom like I always do. Yeah, so see how these bushes, they grow over the trail? That's what I mean. So when it was wet in here that day, my tires were soaking wet because it kept, you know, kept hitting the bushes, and the bushes were wet even though the ground was dry. Because this kind of soil, if you look at it, pine needles, and it's very absorbent. It absorbs very well. How would I even say that? Absorptive? No. It absorbs well. You know, anyway, it absorbs really well. And but you know, because your tires stayed wet, and so every time I hit a rock, so when I hit a rock, it was a wet tire. Oh, it was just so difficult for me. And so we get along downhill. I'm just trying to rest my hands up in here. See how narrow this gets? It's almost like it needs trimming. You know, the path is beaten down real nice. It's like at a point where it needs trimming. Into my 2nd year of riding, about a year and a half in. Just thinking about how first year I just go to a different park. I was riding 6 days a week. 7, well, not because I was working at the store, bike store on Sundays, but 6 days a week. You know, 15, 20, 30-mile rides all the time. Now I would go real slow, of course, but I was just so crazed learning the mountain bike. Let me get better, go to a different park all the time. Who cared how far it was? And we have nice stuff, you know, right in my backyard at home in Montclair and Cedar Grove and Verona. It's fun stuff. Barely did that. See, that 15 pounds of pressure in here is so hard. This is kind of boring. I'll turn this off, but then there's a downhill. GoPro, stop recording. Had the camera off for a bit, just kind of, you know, kind of boring riding, but I wanted to show you, a little bit through here. Now we're getting over, I don't even know how to explain where it's at, but it opens up a little bit. We have that stair-step climb, you know, there's those S-turns that go on, you know, behind it. That's a fun little challenging climb. And then it opens up, you know, to the Round Valley side, you know, where if you were to go to the Round Valley Reservoir and park over there, instead of where I park. Okay, so the right used to be the old Kashatunk. This is the rerouted way up here. Glenn, I don't know if you've ever been out here. I know your friend Brian must, well, I don't know if he rides out here, but he lives, you know, he lives out, you know, Scotch Plains or Watchung. I don't know if he rides here. I'll ask him when we get back. For some reason, I don't think he liked it. They're all, you know, they're good climbers, and I think that they would. So this is kind of cool over here. Look around. I don't know what all this stuff used to be. I guess there's history to all that down there. We're definitely not home, so we know there's campsites out here. As with there's homes back to my left. The Round Valley is just beautiful, just eerie, scary. You know, we used to come through here on the bicycles. I remember a section which is up here we would come by. I'll show you when we get up there, a little ways further. I had no idea what was back here. I just knew there was some climbing. When we came around on the road bikes, there was some climbing, and people used to talk about, you know, what was in here. Not for mountain biking, but I guess it was just a reservoir. So Aunt Margaret, different ride, and kind of nice and smooth some of these roads are. This is how you thought mountain biking was when you first started watching my videos. Look closely at the ground here. This is just smooth, like what you find, like, you know, in a park around town. There's places like that. I mean, there's place like that in New Jersey, a little bit. Down by you, there's Old Air State Park. You get a lot of this. There's more to it than just this. That's down in Howell Township by Manasquan and Belmar. And then down by you, I don't know, I guess you get further down there by Batsto, where I grew up as a kid. There's stuff down there. All right, so I think we're coming out here. Just wanted to leave this on. There's some hikers up here. Hello. Hi. How are you today? Thank you. And some hikers there. Yeah, you see some older people. You know, some older people hiking. So I just want to, just so I can show you what's in here. Aunt Margaret, all this is for you. My friends don't like any of this here, but this is so you can see. Look how nice it is in here. How nice it is. No mosquitoes today, and I got to get some mosquito and bug, because when I get mosquito bites, my arm's swelling up like the next day where it bit me. It puffs up. Never had that before, so. Because I haven't really had this. So I got off the bike and scratched a time or two. Whoa, we got steep that. So they're going straight up here. Yeah. Got a mosquito bite on my back of my hand now. I keep scratching. Probably is. No swimming. Why is this not seeming familiar? Gotta be where it just seems it's all grown up. Like, yeah, of course it's where I want to go up here and make a left. But the grass is all grown. It's like summer is here already. It just got warm. Just got warm. Sunday felt like the first summer day for me. Yeah, this grass is so high over here. When I came out here with Ed, oh, I guess it was winter, right? We were all bundled up, boots, and that's right. You can see to the right up there. Oh, it's open.